5, 4, 3, 2. You know what it is. It's your boy, Guess Who? You now tapped into StreetNerdz Radio. We got a motherfucking town legend in the building. Go ahead and introduce yourself, bro.
What's up, world? It's Lil Bad. What's happening?
Hey, man, I appreciate you giving me this opportunity. I bring everybody on here, and I like to tell them, man, I just want to give niggas they flowers at the beginning while you still here, because a lot of niggas is less fortunate to get those flowers, and you done did a lot of shit in the city, and I don't think you get a lot of credit for it. Yeah. So I want to give you your flowers for that.
Right on, bro. Appreciate that. Love.
Man, for sure. So let's get into it, man. Lil Bad. So for the people who ain't familiar, let's just bring them up to date a little bit. How'd you grow up? Where you from, and how'd you grow up?
So originally I was born in Kansas City, Kansas, and when I was probably about 6, we moved out here. So when we first moved out here, we moved to the Bellows. Then I moved to the A. I went to school in Aurora, middle school, elementary, middle school, and high school. So yeah, I'm from the A.
Fuck yeah. So now you say that, you say I'm from the A. Now, do you feel like it made you want to prove yourself, you would say, a little bit more from not being born in the A, or is it just something being like?
Nah, because most people from Colorado ain't originally from here anyway. So we all kind of like migrated here. You know, you got some people that was like natives, but most people ain't from here. They came from somewhere. So nah, I didn't feel no special type of way coming from where I came from.
Hell yeah. What would you say when people think of Colorado, they always say Denver? Do you feel like Aurora is overcasted, or do you feel like it just hasn't got its just due yet?
I mean, when people think of Denver, period, like they just like, oh, there's something going on in Denver. There's niggas out there. So I don't even think of it like that, because us as a whole is overlooked, period.
Right.
So, I mean, niggas know about the town. Like, certain niggas know, because, like, I ain't the first artist to come from the A. You know what I mean? There's artists that came before me that was, like, really doing shit like Nike back in the day. Like, them niggas had, like, back in the day, they had, like, what would be considered major features. Sibo, you know what I'm saying? Them type of artists.
Factors back then.
Yeah, they was factors back then. So, you know, niggas been on. It's just, that's just more of like a in-house thing when it comes to that.
I would be honest, like, I know Nike and them from Aurora, but I don't think nobody like made I would say like really start put it until I seen like you and y'all generation really be like, hey, this is Aurora, and we finna like, what separates Aurora from everybody else? Who would you would say?
I mean, Aurora niggas just different. Like, I mean, if you from here, like coming up in my era, like we really had to put on for the town. Like, cause niggas was looking at us like, y'all from Aurora? But, I mean, what I would say what separate us is, I mean, we got Colfax run through this motherfucker. Colfax run through the A, and it's bigger. Aurora's bigger than the E, Park Hill. It's just a lot to cover when you speaking on Aurora.
Right. So how would you for somebody who's not from the town, how would you say what is the biggest misconception about Aurora?
I don't know. I think niggas think we had it easy out here or something. I don't know. Maybe it's because we newer. You know what I'm saying? Because Park Hill and the east side is like, you know, the older part of the town. You know, the 5 Points area, the east side area, that's like where niggas originally run, where the niggas originally from. You know what I'm saying? That part of the town got history. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of history over there. I just feel like, I don't know. I really don't know what it is. I just feel like niggas must think that we got it easy on this side or something. I don't know.
That is, I would say right now we're kind of lit than a bitch right now. You know what I'm saying? Everybody migrating out this way. Now, what would you say is the hard growing up? Did you feel like it was hard for you to make the decision to jump off the porch and be in the streets? Was it something that you was like, I had to do, or was it something that was just like, That's just what I was around the whole time.
Like my whole family's just Crips on me. So this is what I was gonna do regardless. From my older cousins, female cousins. So, you know, Crippin', that's all I seen as a child. As a young nigga. Like 7, 8, that's all I seen. So it was just destined to happen.
Science. It was just passed down.
It was gonna happen.
So now, growing up and knowing that the politics and Crippin', would you say it was hard for you when you started to rap to separate the streets from the music?
To separate the two?
Yeah, because you know, I always refer to the saying because I watched this interview and Bootsy said, you can't be a street nigga and be a rapper because being a street nigga can get you jail or a casket.
Well, that's true. But at first, like, I ain't separate the two. I was just doing what I do. Only reason I really started doing it because my big homie said I was good at it. So I ain't realized that part of the game until the nigga, like, really start taking this shit serious, you know? But that is a true statement for sure. You can't do both.
Nah. How do you feel about it nowadays? Everybody feeling like post-happy. That's what I call it. I tie my shoes today. Let me post it. You get what I'm saying? I'm finna go shoot this nigga down the street. Let me post it. You feel what I'm saying? How you feel about the post-happy era that we in?
It's weird, but I mean that's just that's where we at with it right now. I don't think, like, if you see me, bro, I ain't never flashed no guns in a video. I ain't never did no. You ain't never seen me post no burners online, cause nigga, like, I just can't do that. For one, I can't do that. For two, that ain't just in me to be posting burners online and shit. First of all, I done been to the feds, so as soon as I do something, it's a wrap. They coming. So,
how do you think that affected you as a man, having to experience something like that, going to hit the feds?
It was terrible. You know, anytime you got to be away from your family and locked in a cage, listening to the white man is never good. That'll fuck me up for life.
And so that experience changed you. And so, how long did you do in the feds?
I did 36 months.
And then at what point did you take music serious?
Shit, I didn't take music serious until I got out the feds. So when I got out the feds, or no, I was already out the feds when my big homie got out the feds. So I was already out when Baby Dip got out the feds. Well, I think this was like 2012 he got out. And all the homies had went to KC. One of the homies was getting married in Topeka, actually. We all mossied up and went to Topeka because the homie was getting married. And I was already making music, but I just wasn't serious with the shit. So he heard a CD, and then he was like, you should take this shit serious. So ever since then, I was like, fuck it, I'm going to try it. And then, you know,
is that when 1600 came into play?
Well, nah. Well, 1600 was already an idea that my big homie had when he was in the feds, you know. So if you don't know, Baby Dip, he's the one that was really like pushing the Nike thing back in the day.
Yeah.
Pushing that movement. You know what I'm saying? Then he went to the pen. He did like 13 years, 12 years or something like that. You know, he had an idea for 1600 because that's where we from, you know. Mm-hmm. So, you know, that's where that idea came from. And then, you know, we just kind of ran with that.
Okay. And so then you start taking music serious. When did it become real for you that you could possibly do something with this or make money from it?
It started becoming real for me after I dropped the first album because of the response I got. Like, the quality was fucked up, the cover wasn't all that, but the response I got from it was kind of like, whoa, damn, niggas fucking with it like that. Like, the DJs start picking it up. I remember K-Tone that just shared the video, start playing the song, hey, send me that song, and then, like, it was just like, oh, shit, oh, yeah, niggas fucking with it? Okay, I can do it.
Okay, and then you start taking it serious. And so, throughout, how many albums have you dropped so far?
Shit, I don't got no albums. I got one album that I would consider an album.
Everything else was just projects.
Yeah, just projects.
Hell yeah. You got a big time feature, the Nip feature. How'd that come about?
Shit, that came about. One of my big homies. When he was in the feds, he had like a plug. He had a plug to one of Nip's homies. So he was bringing Nip out here for a show. You remember Club Dream?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that night, was you there?
Yeah.
So that night,
because that was on Colorado Boulevard, at that little spot on Colorado Boulevard, right?
Yep, right there.
Yeah.
So like I said, the homie was in the feds with one of Nip's homies, and the homies was running the club over there, and then it just kind of came together like that. The homie was like, "Hey, so you think we can put together a feature with the, you know what I'm saying, with the club performance or whatever he did that night?" And it just happened like that.
Damn. So a lot of people said that they feel you underrated. Do you feel like you underrated in the town when it comes, as far as the town is concerned? Even though we're still overlooked in the town, do you feel like you underrated?
Like as far as like, what you mean is like as far as the town?
Yeah, as far as the town, like music wise, like when they speak of town greats and shit like that, you get what I'm saying? Are they dropping these lists and shit? How do you feel about, you get what I'm saying, the respect that they give you, you get what I'm saying, in the town?
I wouldn't say I'm underrated. I just this a weird ass town, so I don't even, when it come to music and shit, you know what I mean? I don't even be like, them listing shit, them shit don't mean nothing. Cause I know like I put up the numbers still. That's why I still do it. Like, cause I know I can put up the numbers. So like I don't even give a fuck about being underrated cause I got fans. I'm just appreciative of the fans that I do got. So I don't really give a fuck about that.
Hell yeah. So now, what would you say that the sound of the town is? Like, is there a sound that you can say that this is our sound and don't nobody sound like this? Or
we don't. I don't think we got a sound because everyone here sound different. Except for like you got like the wave now. Everybody like on that Detroit sound and shit. You know.
The scamming music.
I don't know what you call it. It sound like Detroit. It sound like more Detroit. That Detroit sound, but as far as a sound, I don't think we got just one sound because it's like more of a melting pot. You know what I'm saying? Everyone sound different. Everyone. Don't nobody in Denver sound like the next motherfucker in Denver.
Yeah. Fuck no.
Everyone got their own style. I don't know if that's
yeah.
a good thing or a bad thing because if you look at all the cities that's on, right?
Right.
New York, they all sound the same. They all on that drill shit. Detroit, they all sound the same. They all on that player, whatever. The Bay, most of them niggas sound the same.
Period.
You know what I'm saying?
South LA.
Cali niggas, all them niggas sound the same. So I don't know if that's a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing that we don't all sound the same. Personally, me being an artist, I think it's a good thing.
Do you think it's a producer's problem? Like there ain't no producer that created a sound for the town, or?
That is a good ass question. Because we just had some producers that was in here. Gorilla Beats, Rye Bread.
Like Mustard kind of created the new West Coast, you know what I'm saying? You had...
Hey, you know what this caption gonna say? They gonna be like, Lil Bad says the producer suck in the city. y'all need to make a different sound. Nah, but do you feel like that's a good question? Do you feel like the producer should, or does that fall on that production?
It could. That could be a reason, bro. That could be part of the reason. Cause if you like, okay, let me see. When I think about like producers like that, only thing that I could like think of that I know whose beat, if I hear it, I know it's their beat. It's like Mo Heat. Like when you hear Mo Heat beat, like he's older, like you know what I mean. He's older, but to me when I hear Mo Heat beat, I'm like, oh yeah, that's Mo Heat. But he's older. Like as far as like newer, like when I hear a Mike Coates beat, I'm like, okay, I know that's Mike shit. Or See, like,
Now, do you think now when you say that, you know it's their beat? Is their sound original, or does it sound like? I know it don't sound like nobody else's because you could tell whose it is, but is it like West Coast influence?
it's more West influence.
Okay.
It's more West influence.
So do you think that California in the West has a major influence with our how we move here as far as like music, like the sound?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
So knowing that, what do you think is the reason why nobody from the town is really, I guess I wouldn't say like really making it, because we really don't know what goes into that. But I mean, I would say like took to the next level of just not being a couple states popping, because there's a lot of artists from the town that I know are popping in different states, just not nationally. What is it gonna take for somebody to go nationally?
Man, they gotta have that bag. It's all about the bag, bro. You gotta have that bag. That's what it's gonna take.
How much money you think y'all blew?
A lot. I don't. You know, to be honest, I can't like.
And not even money that you would say like in the clubs for like that kind of promotion, but like you got to remember you came out in the era of CDs, so it was printing up CDs, posters. How, if you had a guesstimate?
What we talking? Studio time, just everything.
Yeah, and the reason why, let me preface that with some background. Joyner Lucas was on Clubhouse with Karen Civil, and he kind of like lashed out like, I gave you $60,000 because you worked with Nip, you did all this, and it was my last $60,000. To me, even just hearing $60,000, you gave her $60,000 for what? Right. And then when they break it down, it just seemed like because of who she knew. I'm going to give you $60,000 because of who you know, and you could possibly get me somewhere. So for you, how much money? Because I feel like a lot of artists from here won't make it or won't get there because, just like you said, the bag. They ain't got the bag for it. And so just for somebody, for the local artists in the town who do watch this, for somebody like of your stature, like how much money can you guesstimate you think you spent on music?
Over 20.
Was it worth it?
Nope. I'm gonna tell you why. If I knew what I knew now, then yeah. But like, you gotta realize, bro, like this whole time, nigga ain't really learned like exactly what to do until later on. Like a nigga was kind of like really kind of pushing the movement with a small team. Like to really crack, bro, like you really gotta have a team, bro, pushing you, bro. The consistency gotta be like, nigga, this is what you gotta eat, sleep, and breathe this shit. Like, nigga, you gotta move around consistently. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like COVID kind of slowed shit down, but you know, shit's like
picking up
back to normal, getting back to normal now. So, like,
how did COVID treat you?
COVID treated me good.
COVID treated a lot of motherfuckers good.
COVID treated me good in the sense of money, but like in a sense of like mental, kind of like, you know.
So did you play a major part, or did you play a part in the 5280 awards?
Which one? All of them.
That's a product of y'all though.
I didn't play a part.
If we gonna be honest, the 5280 awards is a part of the 1600.
Yeah.
That is 1600.
Yeah.
I feel like that was something that was groovy. You get what I said? Like, so did you play a part as far as a part in it, or?
Only part I played in that motherfucker is being nominated. With no bias, or like I ain't get to see nothing. Like it was all legit. Like I didn't have no. Only thing I did was like perform, and you know whatever I was nominated for. Like that's what the people voted for that shit. That ain't got nothing to do with me.
Do you feel like we need something like that back in the town? could it happen?
Nah, bro. What we need in the town is more shit like this. This is what we need. It's all about the visual. We need more blogs, more coverage on the artists. You know what I'm saying? That's what we need.
Fuck yeah. Man, so I appreciate you coming in. I want to stop it there so that we got more to talk about, so we're going to have to bring you back in. Like I said, I do feel like there's some artists that I want to champion so that people get familiar, because I really fuck with the music. So where can everybody find you at?
Hit me up on Instagram at Lil Bad 10, Twitter at Lil Bad 10.
Hell yeah, and we appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, tell a friend and tell a friend. And we got some dope shit coming. StreetNerdz Radio, the #1 station in the streets, and we out of here.